everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. Today we're going to be talking about the Cabal. I mean, everybody used that word to depict the deep state, to depict the bad guy. I mean, you can add your own name or definition to them, but I kind of want to use the card to come up with a proper deep state, bad guys, whatever, to define this proper group. Now, before we get started, I'm going to be using the Dark Wood Tarot deck. It's pretty cool. If you want to do shadow work, I think that's a good deck to use for your shadow working. And shadow working is basically working on yourself to remove whatever trauma, force it out in the light so you can heal it and move on. And that's how you can become a better reader, and heal yourself as well. How can you read for somebody else if you have so many issues that's boggling you down, right? So, oh yes, and guys, thank you so much for my current subscribers, my new subscribers. You guys are so awesome. I appreciate you. You have no idea. My YouTube, my Rumble, my BitChute, I've seen tremendous growth, traffic. You guys have been so awesome towards me. I appreciate that you guys are with me on this journey. I am so grateful. Thank you. Now, to come back to topic, I want to do a read about the Cabal. Who are they? How many are left? Those kind of things, right? So we if you've been doing research, and I'm starting to get a sense that, you know, people who've watched this video or people who already got a sense that there is a group of people out there that is leading the way and trying to move us in a direction that many of us do not want to go there, right? The World Economic Forum is one of them. The Rothschild. I mean, there's different the Blackstone and Black Rock of the world, and the George Soros. I mean, we can throw so many names. And I believe it was Mr. T that came up with the name Cabal, right? And also called them Deep State. So let's see, who are they? Let's see how the card is. I mean, I know a lot of people have done the research and know who they are, but let's see how the card wants to define these people, the bad guys, who they are, right? I think it will be a fun. Who are they? These bad guys, powerful bad guys. Apparently, they have infiltrated different part of the government, the Vatican, the royal family, and they have been reaping havoc for eons, right? So, let's see what the cards wants to share. Who are these bad guys? Cabal, Deep State, whatever you want to call it. Yes, today we're starting back to basic. Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Wands, interesting, right? That we're seeing a lot of wands so far. Eight of Wands, the Tower, the Chariot. Good Lord, this is the first time where I'm seeing all those wands in one spread, and then two major arcana as clarification. So the Tower and the Chariot. So we asked, who are those bad guys? So the first card is Ace of Wands. So we asked, you know, Cabal, Deep State, the Sorrows, all right. The card said, yes to all of it. So we asked who. Apparently people who have like uh, deep vision, motivation, and almost to the point of being zealots in their pursuit. With that ace of with that ace of wand, and with that six of swords represents situations, meaning that they have come out in a big way, uh, in their philosophy, in their policy. So either, but I feel like they always came out. They were always out there. The information was always out there. I think what changed is us. I think that's another layer of looking at with that ace of wands. I think what changes us, our level of spiritual awakening. I think yeah, whatever spell that was they weave over us has severely diminished, and to the point that now we are recognizing, we are seeing them for what they are. We're seeing their policy. We are seeing their laws. We are seeing the information that they're coming out, because they've never lied. If you look at cartoons from the Betty Boop and the because I like watching old cartoons. The truth's been out there. They have not lied to us. We just were not paying attention. So whatever voodoo that they've done to keep us sleeping is no longer around. Page of Wand. Page of Wand. So Page of Wand is somebody who's very charismatic, who's very, but here it feels like that on a gradual basis they were like injecting their objective over the years, injecting their objective into everything, which makes sense because and that type of infiltration, or that type of, did not happen overnight. It's something that happened gradually. Like, let's see how they're pushing, like the way they're pushing the detransitioning of kids, or the gender affirming. I think that's the proper way. The gender affirming thing. I mean, you may see that it's coming out of nowhere, but if you are paying attention, I think things have been taking traction for a very long time. And I think, so basically with that page, is like they have been gradually and slowly injecting their passion or their objective or their zealotry. King Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands is a movement card. So they have been slowly in the past and surely moving along their objective, moving along their so it's a group of people that's very passionate, and they're relentless, keep on moving their goal, their objective, their passion forward, right? And now Eight of Wands. So 8 is movement, 8 is traveling. So now it's out there for everybody to see, because we asked the question, who are they? So whatever name you decide to give them, these people are passionate, and they have always come out with their objective, with who they are and what they intend to do. It's just that I guess we've never really paid attention until recently. With that Six of Swords, Page of Wands in the past, is like they have gradually been injecting, putting out their objective, their goal for us, and they've been moving that process along, even to this day. I mean, we see it with the Green New Deal, we see it with the climate change push, we've seen it with the own nothing and be happy push, we've seen it with I mean, again, different policies that they want you to eat bugs. And they have accelerated their momentum with that Eight of Wands. So I think the pandemic had forced them, or maybe they use it as an opportunity to accelerate their goal or their wish or their motivation. Because again, one is about motivation, is about passion, is about what gets you out of bed. So these zealots, we can call them cult, but zealot feels more appropriate, have been pushing their agenda, and they have accelerated their agenda, I guess, possibly since the pandemic. But things have tower moment. Things have changed. So clearly, with that tower moment, somebody or someone or some group have stuttered their growth, right? And I think we know who they are. I'm guessing at this point they'll be the good guy, who have made some serious damage with that tower card. So the tower card you see here, it's like a wrath of God, uh, shaking the foundation of this tower, uh, uh, and you see these people falling off the tower. So that's sudden change event that came out of nowhere. So I'm guessing the Cabal, whatever you want to call them, these people, the deep state, they did not see coming. I'm guessing either Mr. T, because I know you hear if you follow the 17 letter of the alphabet, he always kept on saying they never thought that she would lose, that Hillary would lose the election. So I think that was a tower moment for them. And I think that's what accelerated, you know, all this madness that we've been seeing now, like the jab, the cure, that you need to have like proof that you've taken it. If not, you're not going to be able to enter and participate in polite society. That if you go to the doctor, you're not going to get treated because you didn't get the cure and all that. So they have accelerated their plan. And then again, the tower moment. They did not expect Mr. T to come in and foil their plan, because now everything is being exposed. Things are coming out with that Chariot card. So the Chariot is ruled by Cancer, which is an emotion card, and but it's also movement. It's also the truth. It's also awareness. So awareness is coming out with that Chariot card. Not only emotional awareness, people are waking up, and people are seeing what they are. So things have accelerated, not only for us as a community, as a group, the world waking up and moving, because we're like, what the fuck is happening here? We don't like what we're seeing. We don't want this vision that you have for us. We didn't get to choose. So there's a lot of movement here on an emotional level that's happening, right? So yeah, so that's the definition of, so those are who, I guess in the word, zealots. Those zealots are, right? So how many, I guess now that we know that they exist, I mean, we all knew, but I guess we want to know now, how many are left of these deep state, because we know that there are certain agitators that are around, that are trying to fend for their lives, which is, understandable. It says that type of zealotry is kind of like a hydra, where this tentacle, they have different tentacle and different infiltration, different section of industry and stuff like that. So okay, the question is, how many are those deep state operative bad guys are left in this plane world, or section of that we know, that we are aware of, this flat, round, whatever. So how many of these operatives are left, percentage wise? Yeah, allegedly, if they exist, but we know they do. Eight of Wands, seeing this card again. Okay, Five of Pentacle situation. Six of Pentacle. In the past. Chariot again in the present. So Chariot is coming again. The Emperor. Potential outcome. Page of Sword is clarification. And Eight of Swords, clarification. So we ask how many percentage-wise are still around. So I'm going to start in the past. So in the past, with that Six of Pentacle, a lot of them have made agreements with the good guys. Have signed contracts, agreements. I mean, the card is literally telling you what happened. I don't think it requires any self-explanatory. So yeah, they made contracts. They made agreements. A lot of them. Six of Pentacles. Let's say 60% of them have made agreements to capitulate, to work things out, so they can have a beautiful exit. Okay. So a group of them, I mean, if we don't want to use percentage, a group of them have made agreements. Another group, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. So usually Eight of Wands is a traveling card. It's a movement card. So I'm guessing maybe another portion was trying to run away, possibly. Okay, that's so another group was trying to run away. Five of Pentacle. Five of Pentacle. I'm guessing the Five of Pentacles is usually financial loss. It's somebody who's lost their assets, their access to money, access to resources, and they're pretty destitute. So I'm guessing a portion has trying to run away, another portion had made some agreement, and part of the agreement was possibly having all their assets froze or no longer having access to that money anymore. So okay, because we want to know how many of those are left. Okay, the Chariot, again, the Chariot is showing up in the middle, which is present time. Chariot means movement. It means come to light. It means coming to our awareness, because again, Cancer rules is an astrological sign that matches the Chariot. So Chariot is about leaving behind and coming forward. So I'm guessing a lot of truth or information is coming forward in a big way in the media, and I think we've seen that with Hunter Biden, for example, who it's been rumored. I think 17 letters of the alphabet have mentioned that he made the agreement with the white hats, with the good guys, to put information out there about his dad, and in so doing exposing him, because he didn't want to die. He wanted to make an agreement with these people, and information is coming out in drove about this guy. I mean, every day, almost every week, there's something new that we're learning about Hunter, about the Bidens, about the big guy, about Pedo Pete. I mean, it's so much going on, and there's even whistleblowers that came out to that had information about them. I know, was it Zelensky? I forgot his name. There was this guy who had an interview with Tucker Carlson a few years back. He corroborated. He was like an old partner. He corroborated what the Bidens were into. And I think there was another whistleblower who's from the Treasury Department who had some additional information about the Bidens as well. I mean, again, the Chariot card is information is coming in a big way about Hunter, about the Cabal, And not, so I'm using Hunter as like a micro example, but there's other big examples that are out there. I mean, the royal family we can use as an example. Information is coming out there about, especially Andrew, his involvement with Epstein, and people are becoming aware. I mean, again, so many ways. The Fox News, the network, about, you know, their involvement in that. Fox News, Fox News and Dominion or have shared the same owner. I mean, there's so much going on. So information is coming out. And with the Emperor card, so the Emperor card is usually my good guys card. It's usually represent law and order. Aries is like a new, fresh group of people that are there to to propel change, to propel, again, law and order. And it's as if to say that they are, these people, the majority of them have been capitulated or under a monitor by the white guy, the white hats, the good guys. So it looks like a good part of them is trying to change, to move. So we ask how many are left. So apparently not that much, because that Emperor card in as an outcome tells me that a lot of them has been are being monitored somehow. And with that Page of Sword, the Emperor or the Alliance, they make sure that information is coming out about them on a gradual basis. Enough information, meaning that they don't want to put information, too many information out there that will confuse the population or that will get us overwhelmed. So they've been gradually, the white hats have been gradually putting information out there, because Page of Sword is about truth, words, information, news that sometimes that's uncomfortable to hear, but it's done in such a way that you can stomach it, that you could digest that information. So Page of Sword, that's what it is. So the Emperor, the good guys, they have been putting information about the Cabal on a gradual basis. And with that Eight of Swords, tells me that a lot of them has been Eight of Swords. So maybe 80% of them has been taken, has been under arrest or being monitored or being imprisoned, or maybe already been hung with that Eight of Swords, because you see she have that thing, that noose around her neck. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So it looks like maybe 80%, 80% has been apprehended, and another percentage, 60% of them had made some kind of agreement, or maybe 6%. So it's kind of, but it looks like a lot of them has, it doesn't seem that there's any more left, hardly any more left. And whichever is left is being monitored by the good guys. So that's reassuring. So the other question that I have, so now the last question that I want to ask, now that we know that the majority of the bad guys have been taken down, and I guess we want to know, in the next 6 months, let's say, will the tribunals, we will get to see the tribunals of these people that were arrested, apprehended, because until it is made public, if this bad guy has been apprehended, I don't think this movie is gonna end, right? So we need to know, question, will those mass arrests slash of these politicians, of these cabals, of these bad guys, will it become public? Like, will it be on mainstream media, all social media channel? Would it be public in the next 6 months. Because I think a lot of us at this point, we're coming to the determination that the only way that we can move forward is if the media collapse and if the truth comes out. And one of the truth is that the mass arrest, that will denote the end of this movie. A lot of us believe that this is a movie, and I think it is, right? So in the next 6 months, will social media, mainstream media, cable media, whatever, all of it, will those public arrests come to light? So the first card is 8 of Wands again. Wow, we see 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups in the past, Sun card, ooh, present, promising, Knight, and Knight of Pentacle, potential outcome. 5 of Wands, and 4 of Wands. So clarification. So we ask, in the next 6 months, will those mass arrests come to light? So 8 of Wands again. So a lot of movement about this. So a lot of information is coming out. Already, things have accelerated themselves. You know, I think there are still some worry about putting that information in the next 6 months. There's still some worry about how that information is going to be received for people's psyche and yada yada yada. Okay. 5 of Cups. I think 5 of Cups, to me, so the 5 of Cups in the past, I'm thinking maybe they wanted to do it in the past, but maybe they couldn't, or they were disappointed. Maybe things have changed, so they couldn't do it. So, interesting. With that Sun card in the middle, that tells me that whoever, if you believe that is a group that's managing this whole thing, this movie, I think now they probably feel more optimistic. I think that's the word that popped up into my head with that Sun card. I think they feel like people are being awake enough, people are aware enough, and I think they feel like maybe now, well, in this current trajectory that we are on, this current timeline, I think they feel like they can present the truth. And I think we have a lot of information is coming out about everything. So I think now they feel like we are in a timeline where people are more open to receive information, more receptive. And with that Knight of Pentacles, so Knight of Pentacles is that on a gradual basis, they're putting information out. So it's not a definite yes, but they are on, so it looks like over the next 6 months, they will present information, irrefutable evidence, because again, Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving card, very slow moving card. And with the Pentacle, very it's evidence, it's tangible, it's irrefutable, because it's not, some esoteric. They're going to bring evidence. They're going to bring proof that you cannot refute here. And with that Knight of Pentacles, it's going to be a slow process. And I think along the way, every step along the way, there's going to be some discussion, heated discussion as to when to activate those mass arrests kind of thing. And that um, um, there might be some hurdle before those mass arrests shows up on TV. So it doesn't look like it's gonna happen exactly in the next 6 months, because it looks like there's always gonna be something to stop the process. So whatever pocket or bad guys that still remain, they're gonna find a way to not put it out there. So it looks like there's always gonna be something that occurs to change. So maybe not exactly in the next 6 months. And yeah, information is gonna come out, but those mass arrests that everybody's waiting for, maybe not exactly in the next 6 months. It's gonna come out over a period of time, but not in the grandiose way that I guess everybody's thinking about. So I think that's what that means with that Five of Wands, because Five of Wands is conflict. It's like things are flowing, that there's a blockage somewhere. And then that Four of Wands, usually Four of Wands is a beautiful card, but here for the Darkwood Tarot, there's this throw underneath that bridge, as if he is in the way of you moving to the other side, moving to that successful reunion, whatever. So there's something holding the things back, right? So I'm gonna take 2 cards. Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles about patience, waiting for the fruit of your labor to come. And Six of Cups is that Seven of Pentacles, waiting for your labor to bear fruit. Using this time to using this time to be patient, to wait for the truth to come out. And with that Six of Cups, you know, to use this opportunity to do research, to use this opportunity to look in the past, to look at the patterns, to look at the information that's been out there for us to see. So in the next 6 months, gonna have to be a little patient. Maybe the mass arrest that everybody's been waiting for is not gonna come out just the way that we think it is gonna come out. It's gonna be very gradual, very slow. So, whew, okay, the dog is barking. I think that's my cue to stop it. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. Please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.